it away.
Welcome back to Yells at Books. Today we're discussing our monthly picks from last month. We all pick a book. All three of us have to read the book, so we end up with 3 books read by all 3 of us. And the first book we will be discussing is this book. You can't see that at all. It's called In Memoriam by Alice Wynne, and it was selected by Jamie, and thus he must take the floor first. Jamie?
Hello, everyone. Yes, my book club book this month is In Memoriam by Alice Wynne. It is a queer love story set in 1916, I'd want to say. Well, it goes from like 1914 to 1918, following 2 school friends, the upper class school friends.
I guess once again we'll start with the bottom because I think I had the least opinion in this one. So yeah, it's 2 gay guys go to war, and gay is very bad in this time. It is like fuck off, man. Like that's half of the story. Is how much trouble they will get in. Okay, look.
Gay is bad.
Yeah, my favorite part.
Attention.
Okay, gay will always be bad, but it's particularly bad in this time. Whew, make some fucking enemies. So yeah, I didn't really like this one, not because it was gay, but because I felt that them all being friends in this gruesome setting really took away from the gruesomeness of the setting. So like there was no what's the word, like pressure. There was no pressure for like of the war. Like it didn't feel like there was a war. It just felt like a bunch of buddies went to Germany, had a bad time, granted, but it just didn't feel dark enough. And not every book has to be dark, but like a book set in fucking 1914 to 1919, that's the darkest time in human history, like, or at least one of them. But what I did love was one particular theme was, I can't remember the main character's name, but he's talking to another character about his love interest, and the other character says to the main character about how much trouble his love interest can get in because he's a superior officer. And I really love that theme throughout the entire book of I guess how much risk the superior officer is going through to sort of be with him. And also in the fucking ending, oh my god, the main character, I fucking hate that guy, bro. Like I really hate him for that. But just like the way, yeah, there was something fucking wrong with that guy for sure. So yeah, that it's just, so the reason why I rated it so low, I think I gave it 3 or 2.5 anyway. But the reason is I just feel like such a dark subject as the Great War deserves to be taken a little bit more seriously. And that's not to say that like I'm angry about it or anything. I'm just saying like this felt like a gay romance novel rather than pressing fucking issue, because it is a pressing issue. Like it's gay back then, and it's during the Great War. So and so the book actually missed out on 2 opportunities to make this severely dark, like, or like more impactful. Anyway, this is all just a personal opinion. This book was well written, and yeah.
I actually do agree with you. Like, my main issue with it was it felt like 2 separate books, the gay love story and the war story, and they were both really good, but they clashed. It didn't work together, it didn't come together. It felt so separate, but they were both done so well. Like, the queer love story was really good, the characters were amazing, and the war, like how it was put to you through the words, was horrific and like really intense, especially like when they gassed the gas, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But that's why like I felt like it should have been 2 different stories, or like them at high school getting to know each other and then going off to war, kind of fades to black, maybe some letters, and then they come together at the end,
That's
and then the war story separate.
That's actually like
Same.
I don't like the gas thing that you're talking about gets overshadowed because I'm pretty sure it's shortly after that. It's all of them sort of traipsing through Germany together, and they sort of have like normal conversations. So like, that's what I really didn't like. And furthermore, to what I'm looking for in a gay book, or rather, what I really enjoy about gay books is the emphasis on the struggle. And when you said, "Hey, this is a gay book from 1917 or whatever," I was like, "Oh, yo, struggle." And now struggle's worse because it's even further back, and it's just a struggle in a whole different time. So it's like it's the struggle that I like. But the struggle was like it's mentioned, and I guess it's like there, like I said about the theme of the superior officer and stuff. But it's not a struggle.
Well, it doesn't seem to weigh on them as much,
Yeah,
if that makes sense, because the war
yeah,
kind of takes that away,
far
if that
heavier.
makes sense. Yeah. I gave it a 3.5. Yeah. What did you give it, Nana?
I gave it a 4, and I think I kind of disagree with you both a little bit, but then I do also agree. I do think the stories were a little bit separate, and I think if it had been twice as long and we'd spent a little bit more time getting into the grittier details of both the war and their relationship, it would have been much better. But I really, really liked the like contrast, I guess, between them when they're like young schoolboys, and then as each one goes off to war, like the difference between the tones of their letters and like their attitudes towards the war. And I also really enjoyed like at certain points like the callousness towards it's just like these characters are going through this really traumatic experience of being in the trenches, and like they're just so like they're like, oh, this person, and this is something noticeable about them, and then they died horribly, and then there was this person, and then something about them, and then they died horribly, and it's just like, and then like the kind of you like get to know these characters, and then towards the end, one of the last like experts from the newsletter, and it's just like so cold and unfeeling, and just like, yeah, everyone's a good old chap who died heroically for their country, but then like you've just spent the whole book being like, oh, it's actually not as nice as all that anyway. But then yeah, and I kind of agree with Finn in that like I don't have a problem with like the main characters losing their marbles and never being the same again, because obviously, but something about the way that Elwood story ended just fucked me off. He just really annoyed me at the end there, and
Yeah.
I felt bad for Gaunt, the other character, who, and I don't know, just
Oh.
Elwood's character just fucked me off in
I
the
know.
end. I can't really explain how.
I
Especially,
loved
like-
Gaunt, man. I loved Gaunt so
Yeah.
much.
Oh,
And Elwood,
100%.
what a fucking... I hated him so much at the end.
Yeah,
I
and I
loved
do feel-
Elwood at the beginning,
Yeah,
and
same.
then at the end, like I get it, like you're,
Yeah.
you're never going to be the same after a war, but
yeah, something
pretty much
about the
say he can't love him the same again. It's like,
Well, it's
what-
also sort of like Elwood never really treated him very well before that either. Like, Elwood was never nice to Gaunt. Like, from my perspective anyway, like, fucking
I feel
Gaunt
like-
deserved better.
I feel like as well it never really like we never got a really like direct address, or even like a subdirect address of like the main thing driving their love story, which was they spent their whole lives of Elwood being really fickle in relationships because he loves Gaunt and he can't like fully give himself to anyone else. But Gaunt doesn't realize that, and he just looks at Elwood going from relationship to the next, being like, this guy's a relationship, but he's never going to give me the relationship I want. And we just never really like addressed that, like they got that so wrong for so many, and that really annoyed me, because I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
a good
I
point.
like that.
yeah,
That's a good way of like having believable miscommunication turmoil between them, and then to just like not follow through was really frustrating.
Actually, that's a fucking sin.
It's just, when you've done the miscommunication trope well, and then to just like let it fall back, how could you do that? Because everyone fucks that trope up. No one does that right, and then we spend the whole time going on about it. What?
He had to make
Time-
Elwood unlikable.
yeah.
But I
I didn't
still
even
really
notice
like
that I did that because I was so like focused on the ending, how like sad that was.
Yeah.
Like they were together, but like it's never gonna be the same.
And the way it just, Gord's just like, I kind of hate it here. I want to go back to England, even if we'd have to live in secret, but not for our whole lives. Which I guess we're blessed for the future. We know that from if you're young in 1990, you would be able to get married before you died. When did gay marriage become legal?
Eventually,
Eventually,
When did it become legal?
in England. That's a good
2000s.
question.
I'm not sure in
Yeah.
England, but
I know in
New Zealand,
America
it
it was
was
like fucking 2015.
2015.
Oh well, wait. No, not marriage. Sorry, it was when legalized just being gay. It
Oh,
was
right.
legal to
That's not
be
really.
gay.
Late 60s.
Oh, really? There actually was a time where it was like, this is legal now. I thought
Yeah.
so. So I thought that it was just like you're just in trouble if you're gay up to like people just stop caring.
No, it was a law.
Okay.
It decriminalized for men in 1967 and 1981 for
Yeah.
Scotland.
Also, like, I don't know, now that I'm reading a lot more queer fiction, it just didn't hit as much. I think if it was like one of my first couple, I'd be like,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
in saying, admit all that slander, I do want to say it is so beautifully written, and I literally read the whole thing in a day. Like I just ate it. It was very entertaining and like a good story, if nothing else.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I like every bad thing I've said about it. I still really enjoyed it.
It makes me
Like,
want to read
was
more
a good
war
book.
fiction or more war stuff. Give me the trenches.
Give me murder!
See, I may have had a bit of a prejudice before reading this because I don't like gays. Nah, I don't like war stories.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about them, like movies, books, whatever. I just always am like, oh, here we go. I don't know. It's just so I guess I had a little bit of prejudice, but I didn't hate it, and it wasn't unpleasant to listen to. And I think this just made the flaws far more glaring to me.
Well, that's what we do here. We pick out what's good and what's not good.
Exactly.
Well,
But I
On the
really did
note-
enjoy the character work. Like, it was really good. Maybe not at the end, but other than that,
throughout.
throughout, they were fully realized.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Shall we move
Is
on?
that it? Perfect.
What are we gonna talk about next, Renana? Whose book?
Well, next up we have an interesting selection from Finley. We have Remain by Nicholas
Yeah.
Sparks and M. Night Shyamalan. How do you say that?
I don't think it's gonna
This book.
matter in 5 minutes when they realize
Shyamalan.
how bad this one was.
Finn, you did
This-
Finn. You did this to us.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Yeah,
Well,
this
I'm
was
glad I got to it.
a choice.
I'm glad I got to at least curse you guys. So when I first got this book, what I saw was M. Night Shyamalan wrote a book, and I thought it was called Nicholas Sparks because I didn't know who that was before this book. And I was like, oh yeah, fucking, what the hell is this?
I feel like easy mistake to make though. Look at this
Yeah.
disgusting cover.
Like, if you don't know who Nicholas Sparks is, I guess, yeah.
Or if you
Uh,
didn't know who M. Night Shyamalan was, maybe you could
You get the other way around.
Yeah. Oh, a Nicholas Sparks book. What is an M. Night Shyamalan? Because that's not a name. That's not a name.
Yeah, what is that? You got that from one of those, like, you know, those find your dragon name, and it's like your birthday. You color
That's exactly where his name comes from.
Night Shyamalan.
Oh my god.
Completely
Right, anyway. So yeah, this
slagged off both the authors.
So I actually like M. Night Shyamalan, even though he's responsible for the worst movies and the best movies you've ever seen. Like this guy, there is no medium for him. It's either the best one or the worst one. And this book is no exception. I didn't know who Nicholas Sparks was before. I was informed after I picked the book. if I'd known before, I probably still would have picked it because I like diversity in my reading. But this is an author that I will never read again. This book, it was right up until the ending. Once again, the ending.
Yeah.
Oh my god! So it would have been a 3, maybe a 2-star for me. Because like it was the worst thing it did was it was passive aggressively boring. The entire thing just severely boring. Which isn't actually a bad thing. Like when you think about it, if the book's boring, it's just like okay, it's just boring. The writing is fine, the characters are fine, all that crap. And then we got to the ending where so it's like a mystery, and when it got to him seeing, so it's a first person. Oh my god, there's so many things wrong here. So it's a first person mystery, and he's trying to solve this mystery, and there's some ghost stuff involved. And when he finds out the antagonist is, he turns around. This is the scene. I turn around, and then I say, "You," and then I'm knocked out. Okay, this is why. This is why not first person. Okay, this is why third person much better. Because if it's a first person, and I feel like I've never heard anybody say this, but I feel like it needs to be a fucking stone concrete rule. If it's a first person, I should know everything that the person knows. Like I should know what the protagonist knows because I'm literally in their head. So you can't have a scene where where he literally looks and he says, "Oh, you," and then gets knocked out. No, I should know who because he knows who. Right? This is. I might be a bit pedantic about that, but that really pissed me off. And then, right at the end of this book, for about, I don't know, I listened to it, so I'm just going to say like 3 or 4 pages, we got the third person perspective for the first time in the book of another character for fucking like 3 pages or whatever it was, like 5 minutes. And then we go back into our protagonist's head, and they tell us who the antagonist is, and it's like I'm still pissed off that that I didn't know what you knew, even though I'm sitting in the back of your fucking head. Like seriously, I can't be the only one that was pissed about that. So yeah, that one knocked off a couple of stars. I'm pretty sure I gave it a 1. Passive aggressively boring with an absolutely atrocious ending. I'm sorry, and also in these books they always try and make the antagonist, it's not the obvious one, but for this one you should have picked the obvious one.
Yeah.
You like that would have been much better than what you fucking did.
Yeah. And that's what they should have done, because like it was just kind of cut and dry. Like it was boring book. Just give us boring. Don't try to be interesting. Like out of nowhere. Like just give us what it is.
It's literally just like, haha, plot twist.
Yeah.
But this doesn't make
Random
sense.
people.
This is a plot hole. What?
That's M. Night Shyamalan though. He only does twists.
I'm okay with a twist, but like you gotta put some effort into making it like to be fair, when it revealed it, I was like, you didn't fucking mention that, and I flicked all the way back to the start and like refound the scene where
100%.
where he like meets the whodunit, and I was like, oh, okay, you did. They are wearing. Do I care about spoiling it? No, they are. The fucking housekeeper was wearing the heart locket when he introduced her, but like other than that, there's no work done whatsoever for it to make any sense that it was those two. Just like it was like the end reveal was like one of the first thing, like fucking Criminal Minds or CSI or any of those things where they like investigate a single murder each episode, and they always have like a thing at the start where it's like, oh, it was the housekeepers because they wanted the inheritance, and it's like boring, basic. That's obviously not what happened. Gets like disproved pretty quickly. But that
It's the opposite way around.
yeah, it's just so stupid. And like what I said when I messaged this to these guys when I was reading it, that it just like, as someone who's dabbled in the fantastical and the paranormal and the occult and the nerd shit, like this is just like so normies dipping their toe into something more exciting. Like it's just like
Yeah.
a ghost, and then you're like, okay, and there's ghosts, and what? And they're like, no, that's it. The ghost was the punchline. And it's like, oh, okay.
Um,
Oh,
oh, that actually reminded me. One thing that he either did really well or really poorly. I'm not sure which because I personally sort of enjoyed it. Was when he tells his mate, "Hey, I'm starting this relationship with a literal ghost." His mate doesn't fucking blink. Doesn't blink. Like
He's like,
no doubt whatsoever.
finally, you're seeing someone.
He's like, oh, yep, sweet. When do I get to meet her? Like, like I don't know, because he did the same thing with his mate going into the psychiatric ward as well. He just like, I think his mate's just a really cool guy. Like, so if it was, yeah. So if it's a character decision, awesome. If it's everybody thinks that ghosts are real, not so great.
I actually, now that you say that, that is probably the only thing that I did like about that book is that it broke the trope of not only was the best friend nice and helpful, but also we were honest to the best friend. We didn't spend the whole time lying to them and then have it blow in our face. Didn't do either of those tropes, though. So I liked that. I appreciated best friend supports and believes us. That was cool. But that's it. The rest of it was dry.
And
Oh,
that's
it was
the
just
thing.
so boring.
I know. That's the thing. Like the whole book, I was like, okay, boring. Don't really like this, but 2 to 3 stars, fine. It's not
Yeah.
terrible.
Yes.
But piss me off.
It was a solid 3 until that shitty plot twist, and now it's a 2.
M. Night Shyamalan, like, he's just redoing things from Sixth Sense, like, but doing it worse.
Yeah.
Like, you already did it so well. Like,
Here's something I did.
why?
Here's something I did really well. Here's it much worse.
Yes, and that sums up Romaine for me.
Yeah, we don't recommend it.
I think this might be one of the first times we've all read a book we didn't like.
Yeah, yeah. It's either one of us likes it, somebody else doesn't, or we all love it. But yeah, this is the first one we universally do not fucking like.
Do not recommend. I saw it at the bookstore today, and I was like, I am so glad I didn't buy a hard copy of that. Oh.
So ugly.
Yeah, and the thing, like, I don't normally like talking about bad books because it's like, give them press, you know? Like, I don't want anyone to know I fucking read that. But this one, I feel like you know, there is something, it is worth talking about. There is a spotlight to be put on this.
Yeah.
I feel like as well, it's just like if anyone sees this and they're like, oh yeah, that book sounds kind of lame, but that's it. Like the book ends, that's it. Like it's just so nothing. There's no point in complaining about it because what would it amount to? I feel like you look at that book, I tell you it's bad, you're like, yeah.
But M. Night Shyamalan, it came
Didn't
out of
like that
nowhere. I
post.
wanted to read M. Night Shyamalan.
It's so obviously written as well to be a movie. Like this is basically a screenplay.
And the movie's coming out this year.
Is
Actually,
it this year?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I looked
So
into it.
at the end of the audiobook, Nicholas Sparks and M. Night Shyamalan have a conversation, and it's actually them talking. So it was really interesting because they're quite delusional about how great their book is, for starters.
Yes.
And but it
Oh,
was
you would be.
interesting. Yeah, that's true. Like maybe they're not delusional, but they're trying to sell their crap. Anyway, I did enjoy listening to them talk about how the book came about, like how they were like years ago messaged each other, "Hey, we should do a collaboration." Like, oh yeah, this is quite nice. Too bad the collaboration led to this.
Too bad your collaboration was a waste of time.
I will admit though, like I'm sure it is for someone, and I'm sure people will enjoy this book.
Mm.
But us here, we've read a lot of books.
Yeah.
Like our standards are quite high.
This
misses
this-
the mark.
This book is like a movie theater hand job when you're used to like gimp suits.
Holy fuck.
You can cut that out.
Absolutely not.
You know,
No, that's staying.
I was thinking like
Uh, I would like a movie theater hand job now.
Well, don't we all?
Oh, actually, I got one because I read this book.
We've already had our fill.
Okay, on that note, before we get demonetized, not that we were ever monetized in the
We're
first
not
place, but you know, it's
monetized.
good. It's good to have aspirations. Our
Right.
final book was this February? It was February.
It was
Our
bad,
final
yeah.
February book was a non-fiction. Look at us pushing the boat out. It's Dear
Look at us
Leader,
go.
North Korea's senior propagandist exposes shocking truth behind the regime. This copy doesn't actually have the rest of its title, but it's like Poet Spy.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, right. This is a fucking terrifying book. We'll start like that. Who wants to go first?
yes, this book kind of ruins the magic of reading a little bit. And walk with me here because it's like
No, I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm holding
Like,
your hand, girl.
especially when you like books like we do, there's a lot of dystopian, there's a lot of totalitarian rules, there's a lot of tyrants, there's a lot of bad shit in made up lands and fictional places. This is a real place. This really happened. It is so much worse than the stuff I've read in fictional books that is trying to make a fictionalized version of something of this to make a point, but it's still not as dark and as bad as the real thing is, and that's just gut-wrenchingly depressing. But also, this book was fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
Ugh.
I wouldn't recommend it for one moment, but also, you're a monster if you don't read.
I really enjoyed the writing style, and it was translated so well as well. Like I feel
Yeah.
like nothing was really lost, and it was still really poetic. And they put a lot
Yeah.
of care in the translation.
Yeah, like I was so gripped by the story the whole time that like even though he obviously made it out because that's why this book exists, I spent the whole time being like, what's gonna happen? There's no way of knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was fucking terrifying from beginning to end, man. Like you really feel how alone these guys are.
Yeah.
Like you've never been so lonely. Like if you're watching this on your fucking computer, phone, on YouTube, whatever, I can absolutely say you have never been this alone. And also not only alone, but also everybody's against you. Literally everybody's against them. Even the people that they think are helping them might be against them, because that's just what happens when you escape into China from North Korea. And yeah, Rhiannon was saying like about how this is in real life, and it's so over the top with how like the shit that they actually go through. This is the first time that I've gotten like an in-depth look at what the North Koreans actually have to live through, and the whole time I'm thinking I read fantasy, sci-fi, dystopian, and if any of this was in any of those genres, I'd be like, this is ridiculous. This is over the top. Like what king or overlord or fucking government would be like this? So like reality truly is stranger than fiction here, and this reality is indeed a hell. And oh my god, it is so beautifully written and engaging. And like when him and his friends split up, it's one of the saddest things I've ever read in a book, man. Oh, this one
just knowing
like,
it really happened as well, like makes you hit even harder.
Bro, like getting really fucking pissed off at the people, like Rhiannon said, even people with no skin in the game will fucking turn you over. Like I'm just like livid with these fucking Chinese people, like seriously.
Yes, I know, right?
And like talking about like
rural farmers in China, the worst people ever.
what the fuck, bro? Yeah, and like the men, they get killed or deported back, and the women, they get to escape into prostitution with extra steps. Like horrible, man.
Yeah.
Horrible shit. And it's happening like currently.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, that's what's so scary as well. Like when I found out like when it was set, I was like, that's when we were like alive. We were alive. And it's
Mm.
happening. It's still happening. Like I found it really hard to read when he goes back to his village after going to the capital, and he goes back to his village and actually sees what's going on. That was rough. Like seeing it through his eyes. Like imagine going back to where you grew up, the people you grew up with, and they're literally starving. Like
Yeah, that's another thing, man. Like no North Korean that comes out of North Korea survives, because like I'm sitting here and I just read about it and I'm like, I feel like I have to do something. Obviously, there's nothing I can do and I won't do anything. But if you're a survivor and you get out of North Korea, you literally will have the I have to do something, and they can do precisely as much as I can do. You know what?
Yeah.
He's done the most. He wrote a book about it. And it's gonna change nothing until Kim dies.
Yeah. But it was really interesting, like actually getting to learn of what's going on, because it is so like silence. I had no clue. Like,
Yeah.
well, you hear things obviously that it's corrupt and you're not allowed to see anything, or no tourists allowed to see past like a certain point. Yeah. And especially like at the beginning, the dinner scene, that was nuts when he actually meets him. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this is the first time that I've ever gotten like an in-depth look at it, because like
Yeah.
there's YouTubers and stuff and they're like they're poor, and there's even that movie with Seth Rogen that's like that sort of goes into it a bit, but man, this one really gave us a proper look, especially because he was quite high ranking as well, so he knew a lot of the ins and outs that somebody who's like just a normal citizen wouldn't know either. Man, this one was not hard to read, but like quite enlightening, and it's just stacking my nihilism coins up.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was definitely a very heavy read. Like the sense of like feel kind of weighed down because you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is bleak.
I think I'm of the opinion that this is a necessary reading for most people, because like I didn't fucking know that he was a ridiculous over the top villain. Like I knew he was a villain. I didn't know he was like a fucking Batman villain.
Yeah, that generation Batman villain.
Yeah. Like, yeah, anyone who's watching this or listening, read Dear Leader. Like, you kind of owe it to humanity, right?
Yeah.
It's important.
Do it. It's required reading. It should be in schools.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
It's
the writing style as well is so just poetic and beautifully written.
Yeah, because he's a poet, and man, yeah, no more being ignorant. That was a fantastic pick. So we really hit every fucking margin on this one. We hit absolutely terrible, ding 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 ding. We hit severely mid, ding 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 ding. And we hit the supremely superb necessary reading. Ding ding ding. No, good pick, Rhiannon. I gave that 5 stars. I felt like I couldn't give it less.
I gave it a 4.
I think I gave it 4.5.
Your reasoning for that was was good though, because you told me I gave it 4 because there was a lot of the politics that I didn't quite understand. So like that made sense. Whilst I also didn't quite understand all of the politics, probably in the same way that you did. I think I just love this book far too much. Like the struggle, I love the struggle. Well, maybe I don't love the struggle when it's real. This was really good. Though. This was really good to listen to.
Yeah.
And he's a voice for so many that just silence.
Yeah. Literally. But yeah, I also gave it a 4, but mainly for the same reasons. A little bit did go over my head. But incredible writing.
Okay, hi, I'm Finley. I listen to audiobooks. My favorite color is purple, and okay, no, for real.
Awkward. I love it.
And
Hey,
I picked A book. Nah,
I did a thing.
I picked The Three Body Problem by never will I ever be able to say that. Okay? I will never be able to say that. So I'm not
A
going to
Chinese
try.
author.
The Chinese author. I've heard great things about it, and it was sort of a no-brainer because I was about to listen to it when we decided to pick these books, and so I was like, aha, I'm going to give them a good book this month. I need to get my reputation back after that book. Nicholas Sparks and again. I called it Nicholas Sparks again. Sorry, Remain is what I meant to say.
Remain.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Jamie, what are you picking?
Oh,
Are you cursing us this month?
hey, my name's Jamie. So I chose a book. My theme this month is reading books that I've already started. So I chose Eragon. And I'm really surprised actually that none of us have read it. Like
Yeah.
it is
We're
so incredibly
slacking.
popular. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to finally read Eragon.
Okay,
Anna?
I selected a book. They tend to just be what do I need to get to on the to be read pile. This was a book purchased for me by my mum. It's one of my mum's favorite books, and we'll be the judge of that. It's called Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Shuko.
Nice. Beautiful.
Hi, Dad.
All right. So if you guys want to read those along with us this month, read them along with us. I'd like some engagement in the comments, actually.
You putting some goddamn effort in would be nice. Thanks.
Yeah, that's it. Look, I'm fucking editing these videos, starring in them, and distributing. I'm not very good at that last part. So those were the 3 books that we read in the month of February. Join us next time for the 3 books that we will read in whatever month comes after February that it currently is, because I don't actually know the months. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe, and join us next time.
We'll be here.
Fuck me, I was so awkward.